Hello my fellow miner. Today is a fantastic day. Why, you may ask? Well, I got to sleep until 9:30. Isn't that amazing? Usually my son wakes me between 5 and 7 in the morning, so sleeping this long is just something completely new. The little master tactician had to improvise to get me up. Usually when I refuse to get out of bed, he sits on my head and starts jumping up and down. That did not work today. I have become immune, so he improvised and farted directly into my ear. I can guarantee you that gets you out of the bed pretty fast. And just for the record, he is 3 years old, not 23. Not that I think that age will change the demon's beast behavior at all. Before we get into it, I would like to give out huge thanks to A Large Beaver and Sean Peterson. Both of them have given me a super thanks, and I would just like to show my appreciation. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. GMINER 2.93 full LHR unlock, and it includes 2.92 changes as well, as I didn't have a chance to actually finish that video. Changelog, graphic cards, overclock settings including how to set up in HiveOS, how to set up in Windows 10, results, conclusion, and profits. If you have already watched the graphic card intro, then feel free to skip it as there is nothing new. Changelog, GMINER 2.92 LHR 100% unlock, 2.93 fixed performance degradation on full hashrate cards, which appeared in 2.92. And as I almost finished my video on the 2.92 and then this was released, I may as well just cover 2.93 instead. Quickly moving on like a ninja, we're going to have a look at the RTX 3050 from MSI, the Ventus 2X, the RTX 3060 LHR version 2 from Zotac Gaming. It has been working perfectly, in very good quality to be honest. The RTX 3060 Ti from Asus, their top series. No, that is actually the wrong picture. There, now we have the right one. The graphic card comes with 2 balls of steel in each fan. Military grade. Yes, a piano was dropped on my head as a kid, so I am legally excused. We also have the MSI Venture 3, which is also an RTX 3060 Ti, rocking Hynix RAM. But this time it's a revision 2, and that means it can actually clock up to 1700 in Windows or 3400 in HiveOS. This very nice card is super slim and super noisy. Then we have the RTX 3070 iChill 4X from Inno3D. It's actually surprisingly good. The quality is top notch. I have not changed anything. It's super cool actually. And then of course it comes with lots of RGBs that you cannot turn off via the software because the software part sucks. But it doesn't matter because more RGBs, more mega hash. Up next we have the RTX 3070 Ti from Zotac Gaming, also known as the DIY 3070 Ti because it drops thermal padding and comes with screws that have fallen out. I actually expected the quality to be on par with their RTX 3060. Oh boy, was I wrong. What a pile of poop. And then we have the RTX 3080 LHR from Gigabyte, Vision Overclock Revision 2. It's actually quite good looking, but I wish you could get it in black brushed metal instead, even though it doesn't really matter because it's part of my mining rig and I never see it. The RTX 3080 12GB RAM edition from Gigabyte, the Gaming Overclock LHR Extreme. Okay, it's not actually called Extreme. Unfortunately, my RTX 3080 Ti is on vacation and will be back after repairs. If you haven't subscribed, Uncle Donkey would very much like you to hit subscribe and afterwards that bell notification. Yes, the bell, so you can get spammed even while you sit on the toilet. I mean, who doesn't want to get a random notification at random times around the clock? It is very nice. So remember to hit the bell notification and you will get unwanted messages all the time. Ethereum overclock settings. Overclock settings for the RTX 3050 mining Ethereum. Lock the core clock at 1200, set the memory to 2000 in HiveOS and 1000 in Windows. Unfortunately, full LHR unlock doesn't work on this card. And now the overclock settings for the RTX 3060 LHR V2 mining Ethereum. Lock the core clock at 1552, set the memory clock to 2600 in HiveOS, which is 1300 in Windows. Onto the overclock settings for the RTX 3060 Ti Hynix revision 1 mining Ethereum. Lock the core clock at 1350, set the memory clock to 2100 in HiveOS and 1050 in Windows. Now the overclock settings for the RTX 3060 Ti LHR Hynix revision 2 mining Ethereum. Lock the core clock at 1500 and the memory clock at 3200 in HiveOS and 1600 in Windows. It is time to have a look at the overclock settings for the RTX 3070 LHR mining Ethereum. Lock the core clock at 1125, set the memory clock to 2400 in HiveOS, which is 1200 in Windows. Now let's have a look at the overclock settings for the RTX 3070 Ti mining Ethereum. Lock the core clock at 900, set the memory clock to 2100 in HiveOS, 1050 in Windows. Now let's have a look at the overclock settings for the RTX 3080 10GB mining Ethereum. Set the core clock to 1100 and the memory clock to 2800 in HiveOS, which is 1400 in Windows. And the final card until I get my RTX 3080 Ti back from repairs. Let's have a look at the overclock settings for the RTX 3080 12GB mining Ethereum. Lock the core clock at 1400, set the memory clock to 3200 in HiveOS, which is 1600 in Windows. If GMINER 2.93 is available in HiveOS, then simply update it there. If not, then you can run this command. I'll also put a link in the description to my blog where you can copy it from. If you're using Windows, create a bash file based upon what you see here. And of course, remember to run it as admin. Results. Let's have a look at the results for the RTX 3050 mining Ethereum. Right off the bat, if we compare GMINER to, for example, T-Rex, you will see that GMINER is more efficient. However, using either of these two miners would be a mistake. Use NBMINER instead if you have an RTX 3050. As there, you'll get 90% unlock instead of 0. Now let's have a look at the results for the RTX 3060 mining Ethereum. Looking at the hash rate, it actually looks pretty good. GMINER is of the same speed as TREXminer at 49.6 MHz per second. However, if we look at the efficiency and compare the two, we'll see that TREXminer is more efficient. However, looking at min-max megahash per second and min-max watts, we'll see that GMINER is rock stable. That is super impressive. Now let's have a look at the results for the RTX 3060 Ti Hynix revision 1 mining Ethereum. Again, we see GMINER sharing the top spot with TREXminer. They have exactly the same with the exception of min-max core temperature, and that is most likely due to the time of date I ran the test. NBMINER 41.4 beta is very close by in HiveOS while being quite behind in Windows. Now let's have a look at the results for the RTX 3060 Ti Hynix revision 2 mining Ethereum. GMINER and TREXminer are sharing the number 1 spot in hash rate, while GMINER is a little bit more efficient. And as can be seen on min-max hash rate, it is super stable. A fluctuation of 0.1 megahash per second over I don't know how many hours, 8 hours. That is actually super impressive. Now let's have a look at the results for the RTX 3070 mining Ethereum. GMINER takes the top spot when it comes to average hash rate, while it looks like NBMINER actually has the top spot when it comes to efficiency. However, if we look at the min-max hash rate, we'll see again that GMINER is rock stable. Yes, I've said it a couple of times before, but I actually find it super impressive that the min-max is the exact same. I have been running it for quite a while, so I would expect it to jump just a little bit, but it doesn't. Now let's have a look at the results for the RTX 3070 Ti mining Ethereum. Yet again, GMINER shares the top spot with TREXminer when it comes to average hash rate, but when it comes to min-max stability, we'll see that GMINER actually dominates quite a lot here. It's quite impressive, but apparently it comes at the cost of efficiency. Still, stability over efficiency if you ask me, especially when the difference is this small. Now let's have a look at the results for the RTX 3080 10 gigs mining Ethereum. Both GMINER and TREXminer shares the same spot when it comes to average megahash per second, which is the number 1 spot. When it comes to efficiency, GMINER is better, and when it comes to stability like the min-max hash rate, we'll see that GMINER is better as well. And now the results for the RTX 3080 12 gigs. They are pretty horrible. Use NBMINER, as it is the only miner that supports any kind of LHR unlock on this card. Now let's have a look at the mining screen. To the left we have HiveOS, and to the right we have Windows. If you look to the left, you can see that I actually ran it for 13 hours and 14 minutes. And if you look to the right, you'll see 2 hours and 7 minutes. And what is fantastic here is there's no fluctuation in hash rate. Well, it is so little that it actually gets rounded up, so it's quite nice. What can also be seen here is that I run the fans at 100%. Conclusion. I must admit that I am super impressed with the GMINER stability. I did not expect that. We always have a bit of fluctuation when it comes to both power and hash rate, but it seems like they have done a very good job to minimize that to almost nothing. When it comes to actual running stability, it has been rock stable for me. As you can see, I ran it for 13 hours without any problems. What you cannot see though is that I ran 2.92 in Windows for, I think that was the 8 hours without any problems either. Overall, I would say that GMINER is the king of stability as far as I can tell. Very impressive coding, to be honest. When it comes to which miner you should use, I will leave that up to you, but when lolminer has a final released version and I've tested that, I will start to look into the fees and the true hash rate, as I think that is where we will see which miner is the most profitable. And now it's time for me to ask a favor of you. If you like my video, then please click like. If you dislike it, then please click dislike. If you haven't subscribed, then you should really consider it, because I'm very good at showing animals. And if you want to help me out a lot, share my videos everywhere. Now it's time to have a look at the profits. I will see you in the next one. Profits. Ka-ching!